Chapter 1, laddies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If M 0016 from a certain anime. Yeah, that one was a monster instead. Like, basically, instead of like a human turning into a monster, it is reversed. I'll explain it later in this video, okay? So, let's... But first, So, I will throw down some ground rules. First, I'll try to keep it in a little bit in canon version, but I may skip some parts because it would be. So, yeah. So, without any further ado, let's get into this what if show. The monster term of, I'm just saying his code number 0016 was basically he was a monster, and let me grab the picture of what he would look like as a monster. And there we go, and yeah. And plus, so the monster form would look like a, here. I'm just gonna type in monster because, yeah. So, he is different from everyone else because his monstrous appearance was basically is way bigger than any normal one. It's like he is in his thing is super galaxy eyes ultimate category, because his power, he has a lot of power, but the only thing that he's missing is what humans called emotions. Yeah. So, he was looking around as, let's say, a innocent boy, some random kid, and was, and no one hates him. Everyone loves him. Even her, the 016, that's yeah. But they always called him first they called him their brother, but they also call him the one who destroys all. Oh, yeah. So, the kid, the poor little sap that was just walking around trying to find something interesting. But then a monster came out of nowhere and consumed him. As the monster's body starts to, as it has many conflicts, as the pain and because his sister didn't notice that something is wrong with him. But so then the monster's body changed and decreased. But he still contains his memories. As now he is the same height as a, not adult, more like his own sister. Yeah. Just imagine his own sister when, yeah. So basically, then because he consumed a human, he became a human. Well, there's a saying that, like, you are what you eat. Yeah. Well, he became a human. But that's only temporary. Yeah. So he goes to, or he joins that school thing. Yeah. As he was the same age as what they're in canon. So all of them are like, he's a lost cause, though. Yeah, and plus, when the crazy doctor or lunatic, I forget his name, so I'm going to type it up. Yeah, so he ends up, recruited him, to be, sciencey. And, yeah. So they all, like, or that girl, Zero, was about to, or battle against the speedy, or I always call it, hold on. Yeah, happy birthday to you, if you're watching it. So, this monster, the one that is like the girl attacked, and but he sees him as her, or no, he sees that monster as his own brother. He doesn't want to attack, but in order to, it's like a survival of the fittest. So he basically jumps down from a high place as he becomes more monstrous form. As his body got bigger, as he runs faster and faster, as he's like a locomotive. As he knocks the monster sideways, or pushing it, pushing the monster further away. So then the monster talked to him. Why are you protecting these pathetic fools, these humans? As he tells him for him to like learn more about them. As he's pushing them farther back. That's what I'm trying to do. Learn what her opinions. I'm going to go ahead and kill because I lost to you fair and square. So I won't hold it against you. So then he ends up winning and crushed the core. He ate the skin. And yeah. So, but he's still like, because actually, he is actually a brother to, he is her brother anyway, so yeah. So he contacts her in his dream. Sorry, little sister, for the. Okay. That's okay. But that body of yours looks pretty good. You ate a human. That's interesting. Of course, he's always so silent at one time. So he ends up going with him. So, yeah. So the time skip to, as everybody's like trying their hardest. What is that goofy picture? So, yeah. So then the monster, because he was bigger than the average one. So then 02 and her. She already found her, like, darling thing. As he basically tells her, how was your reinforcement? Okay. So then she ends up telling him, So the couple days have passed until the next mission. As he's embarrassed, to admit it, when but one side in his head, I'm thinking, the one side, like, on one hand, he doesn't see her as a clone, or failed clone. He sees her as basically a whole different person. But on the other hand, it feels like he's dating his own sister. Sure. That's why. Okay. So, yeah. So basically, that's what he feels like. And no, they do not recommend dating your own siblings. That's the public announcement of today. So, he ends up, or so both of them were pretty cool. They always hang out together. As of course, the guys, or they always you always ask him, or they're like, what is this? No. We're not weird. Or, I'm not weird. Yeah. And we're actually, during the monster fight, forget his name. The one with, it was a big ball goop thing. But I don't remember the name of it, so that's why I'm looking it up. So yeah. I can't find the stupid thing. Well, if you know what I'm talking about, leave it in the comments below. So, yeah. So he's like, oh crud. As the monster it's time for us to get out of his blast radius. What do you mean? As it grabs him, as the monster voice turns, or one of the heads turns to him, as a voice says, "You're right. They need to, in order to keep their clothes from melting, or controls melting." Wait, what? And they accepted him as a monster before, so he runs right towards, or he grabs everybody and makes them run all the way back to base. And he ran all the way back, fast as lightning. Yeah. And when it exploded, he manages to survive. And as he says, or as it explodes, boom. Yeah. You guys are weird. As they're like, yeah, you guys are weird. So, yeah. So, they thought, at first they thought it was going to be super rude. And, yeah. Yeah, so he ends up, so another time skip, but this one is a little bit more further, or a little bit more like, as he looks up towards the sky, he could sense, as he told his sister, as she tells him, "Go ahead, brother. Do what you can. We're humanity and mind saint." Because he has the same powers as I forget his name, as this big colossal thing. Zuko can, he can turn his lower half into a rocket as he jets off. He didn't tell anybody. And plus, he was always quiet one when he... So he launches himself all the way to where the purples are at. Yeah. I don't know what I think... Yeah, so these guys right here. So, yeah. So they basically, yeah. He flies up towards all those ones by himself, but Once he's in combat, he never lets go of the battle. Hello. He believes in his own friends, his own family. So he ends up pushing along, laying as he did create his own like nuke, like what they did with the in anime, but it does something different. As it exploded, the monsters, and those like even their own souls, as they're like no, as they all died. Hey. And as so they all thought he was dead. And but the blue girl shows up before. And she basically tells them that compared to most of us, as I forget the species is called already, but compared to most monsters, he's the only one. He was born from the entire universe. So, yeah. So she waited until as a portal opens up. And a big blue hand. They thought it was the same one that destroyed the entire dome thing. But it was different. As it lifts its entire body out. As she says, welcome home, big bro. The one destroys all is... As he, like, comes back. Yeah. As the... Basically, he was pretty powerful. Yeah, I'm making him so overpowered that even, like... Yeah. So when he told his... As at first she thought he was gonna die. But then she was all sad. And at first. But then when that was at first. Yeah. But then when he shows his monstrous big form, she knew who he was. As he's like for him, the nuke was nothing. As he's like, as he collapsed, they thought he was dead for real. But then of course, there was no scars. But she knows he's just tired out as she walks over there. You deserve it, brother. Yeah. So, and monsters, and at first she thought it was just too weird. But maybe he just needs to, as she says, so, yeah. As everybody's tried their best, to like wait for him to wake up. He's basically in a coma for as the yeah. But then but they did not know that it was the destroyed shell that he. So his body crumbles because the way that way that they know that he's waking up is if his old skin dies, his core regenerates his new skin quicker than yeah. So actually his core, the monster's core inside his body was the same size as a average human. Yeah. He's back on his feet. So what, did I miss anything? No, still the same old, same old. So then of course, she does tell him that her fake clone really has a crush on her, or has a crush on him. So, yeah. So then he ends up with his own. Yeah. So they sure got like her and the one destroys all. No, that's his. They call him that, but that's his brothers and sisters call him that. But but most of them, like humans, gave him a name of I don't know how to say it, so I'm going to use translator. So, yeah. Yeah, so
Hiro.
Hiro. Hiro, yeah. They all gave him the nickname of Hiro. Or Hero. Yeah. So, man, he had many official titles. So, plus the Dr. Herm, the lunatic one. This guy, in this alternate timeline, did not get killed by the, spoilers, boulder. But he still lives. As one day he asked, "What can I call you?" You could call me anything, because at this point I really don't care. Well, how about 016? How about you? Yeah. So he asks him, "You're the only one that knows the," as he says, "You're the only one." You're the only one that can is a new type. Now, how did you get your human form? That's a bigger question. You're concerned about what I look like. The simplest answer is that because I'm different from the rest of the species, I end up having the power of, the I was born with the power of infinity and zero too. So, yeah. And plus, after I ate someone, I can also gain their abilities, their memories, and yeah. But I'm mostly interested in humans. But I'm interested in how these humans and operate, like the gladly. So he taught him everything he knows. So then yeah. So basically, yeah, time progressed, and the 002, or I think that's her name. I always end up using their code names because 002 and boom. Yeah. So he learns so much about the people, like humans and yeah. Yeah, so basically, and they do get married, and they already had they already like had kids, and like after they got married thing. So, yeah. So, basically, yeah. So they both had a happy ending. I mean, the happy ending part. So, yeah. No matter if they were a monster, but they sure did, like, the. When the monsters became. Yeah. Plus, his sister is still alive, so, yeah. So, his sister ends up. Because she takes really good care of them. And yeah, during when he's in his super stressful mood. Yeah. So then, yeah. So peace out, y'all. Peace.